Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Dr. Nasir Sheikh Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nasir, and what's on tap for today? Well, we've got those video clips again, folks. It's from the Politicon debates between Ann Coulter and Van Jones. This is part two of their debate. Ann versus Van. Let's get to it and our reaction as well.
Speaking of this, immigration obviously was big this week with what happened with the Supreme Court. It was a huge blow to Obama's executive action policies, effectively blocking the programs for the rest of his time in office. What is your reaction to that ruling? Were you surprised by it? And what impact do you think it was going to have here in the election?
I think it'll probably help Donald Trump. I mean, the Brexit election, it wasn't about the trade deals. They can make the trade deals they want to make. Brexit was about immigration. Trump is about immigration. And it's not about not liking immigrants. Nobody's out immigranting me, especially with the Muslims. The point is, these are people who are already here. It isn't liking Muslims or liking Hispanics. It's, do we take care of the people who already live here? And bringing in more and more immigrants, and no, he is not the deporter-in-chief. I know this is very big at the Huffington Post. What they did is they redefined what counts as a deportation. Up until Obama, a deportation meant you were in the country, they caught you and deported you. Obama started counting, turning them away at the border. Well, okay, this is like changing the grade. A passing grade is now going to be 40 instead of 70. And look at all the kids who have passed. So they changed the definition of deportation. Look, the immigrants who are already here are going to be a big part of the vote for Trump. They're the ones whose wages are being driven down. It's not you. It's not me. It's probably not a lot of people in this audience. No, to the contrary, you're very happy because you get such cheap maids. And they're so docile. And you have your chef. And even in LA, you have pool boys even if you don't have a pool. No, this idea that you are the ones who are speaking for low-wage workers is preposterous. These low-wage workers would like a little less competition for their jobs. It is stunning how the very rich have gotten so much richer, and wages, especially for the working class, have been flat for 20 years. Well, they'd like their wages to go up. If we're going to bring in more immigrants, I want them competing with senators, congressmen, journalists, TV pundits, lawyers, not competing with, the guy who does your landscaping. This idea that, you get to bring in all these poor people doing low-wage work. Yeah, it's good for them, and it's good for the rich people who hire them. But don't strut around like you're Martin Luther King. This is good for you. It's bad for your mate.
Wow, wow, wow. Ann hits it right on the proverbial head, folks. I mean, she goes and hits that immigration debate, immigration policy, the immigration question head on. And she basically said, look, it's not about being xenophobic. It's not about being Islamophobic. It's not being about brownophobic or blackophobic or, racist or bigoted. It has nothing to do with that. It's all about economics. It's an economic question. And we have immigrants here that, we have immigrants that are, green card holders. They are in the process of becoming American citizens. They're working here. Many of them are on that, low wage scale. And yes, they may be making some, but the thing is, as I was saying, she's talking about hiring your landscaper, hiring the person, okay, that you have as your nanny, hiring the person that may be looking after your kids, your housekeeper, people that do work around, the carpenter, well, whoever these people are. Most of them are from the immigrants. Many of them also are here, unfortunately, illegal aliens working here. But the fact of the matter is that if you keep bringing in more and more and more low wage earners, and they're illegal as well, and you just keep dumping them, well, what happens is that when you have too much of something, guess what? The value of it goes down. In this case, it's what? It's wages. Let's see what Van Jones has to say about that.
So the facts. I'll just try to hang out with the facts.
I don't know how he's going to dispute what Ann was talking about. I don't know, but that's a nice line to say, hey, you know what? All right, we're going to talk about the facts now. Basically saying that the person you're debating was not presenting any factual evidence at all. It's a good tactic. Let's see what happens.
You said that the immigrant existing, I guess, Latino community is going to be the one that stands with Trump because he's so tough on their cousins and their friends. This particular, if that were true, I would be very, very worried because I would feel that maybe somehow I was overreacting to what strikes me as racial hostility to this particular immigrant group. But here's reality. Something very interesting is happening with the Latino community. The Latino community used to be a fiction. Let's be very clear. If you look at the polls in, say, 1989, 1990, 91, you ask people that we now call Latinos, do you think of yourself as a Latino, and do you think you have anything in common with other people who are quote-unquote Latino? Only 20% of people said yes. Why? They said, I'm not a Latino. I'm a Mexican, I'm a Puerto Rican, I'm a Dominican, I'm a Guatemalan, what is this Latino? No, I have nothing in common with those people at all. That's how they felt. What has happened is that people who I think speak in a way that is so loose, I'm just being as kind as I can be, that's so loose, it sounds like they're saying, I'm not saying they're saying this, but when you talk about people that you don't talk to, let's say that again, when you talk about communities you don't talk to, then you wind up making mistakes. And one mistake that gets made by the Republicans, which
You can't just be say, see, this is the thing that happens. People that are in the minority, blacks, Asians, Puerto Ricans, Hispanics, Cubans, El Salvadorians, Latin Americans, Spanish people, Mexican people, you name it, Russians, Irish people, English people, Dominican. I mean, come on, folks, okay? Whenever you're in the minority and you're a person of color, why is it that only you get to basically say, oh, you know what? I know how to talk to people because we've got the same race, we've got the same color, we've got the same language. But if you're white, you have no idea what you're talking about. None whatsoever. That is so wrong. That is so racist. That is such a bigoted comment. And Van Jones goes right there, folks.
Appreciate them for doing, I hope they keep doing it, is that they sound like they're saying something like this. All Latinos are Mexicans. All Mexicans are immigrants. Most immigrants are illegal or undocumented. And most of them are rapists and horrible people. But now that's not what they mean to say. But when you talk about people that you don't talk to and you don't course correct for the reaction, now what's happened is more than 50% of Latinos say, guess what? We are a community now. They have been pushed into this identity. Democrats could not do this. We're not competent enough. Democrats are not good enough. This is not PC.
Oh, wait, no, wait, I just have to interrupt here right now. Democrats are not good enough of putting people into a slice of the intersectionality pie, into identity politics. You're not good enough. Van Jones, come on, please. Nobody's buying your bullcrap. I mean, you know what? Get out the shovels at Politicon. If they had a shovel, I would open up a shop and sell shovels at Politicon for all the BS and the verbal diarrhea that's emanated from over there. Are you freaking kidding me? Democrats are not good at this, at identity politics. You're the ones that identify every single thing, folks. Latino, but Latino, really brown. Latino, dark brown. Latino, light brown. Latino, fair skinned. What are you talking about?
We tried with the PC thing to utterly fail. They had nothing to do with it. But what happened is this level of antipathy and tone deafness has created now a massive political constituency. You say the immigrants are going to come his way. Right now, the Cubans, not far leftist as a community, the Cubans are 82% against Trump. The Cubans. The Mexicans are 91% against Trump. Either all of them are mishearing you, or somebody is saying something horribly offensive and you're creating the thing that you actually don't want to create.
For this, I just got to end it right here, folks. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Van Jones was basically saying that 80% of the Cubans are against Trump. You know what happened in the election, right, folks? It was almost a 70% plus victory of Cubans went for Trump. What the hell is Van Jones talking about? There was nearly a 35, mid-30s of Hispanics that went for Trump. The black vote was almost 12, 13% for Trump. You know, the Muslim vote itself was somewhere between 12 to 14% for Trump. I mean, I don't know what Van Jones is talking about. These are the facts. But he was basically saying over there that, hey, come on now, man. It's, you know, the Mexicans are 99% against Trump. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. That didn't bear out in any of the polls. I don't know where he's pulling these numbers from. Nobody's 99%, folks. Nobody's 99%. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your host. My name is Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, like, share, and follow us. Let us know what you think in your comments below. My final thought, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.